Alright, what's going on, guys? This is Chili Games back again, and for this video we have been given the tier 6 Italian premium ship, the Abruzzi? I don't want to butcher that, but golly, I don't know. I don't want to say it right now, but first impressions are definitely in the okay to why would I play this kind of region. So right here we have a Kutuzov pushed up way too far. It's actually going to give us broadside here. And this ship that only has 152mm guns. So that means I am not going to run the subtle manipulation skill because you really shouldn't have that much penetration with these guns anyways because they're pretty small. They're not the 203s that you get with the Zara and the Trento and the Amalfi. So I figured, well, I'm going to need the AP pin, so I'm going to put punch through on there instead of the subtle manipulations. And even there, when I broadsiding Kutuzov, we're struggling to kill this guy. And if you will notice, the other thing that's different on this ship is since you do not have the 203mm guns, your reload is significantly better with these smaller guns. I am actually running fully, not running fully packed. I'm running the reload mod, so I'm getting right under 7 seconds for the reload, I believe. And even then, I just felt like this ship was just, I don't know, the guns just are decent at best. And when you combine that with your torpedoes, which are pretty much just there for not decoration, but you definitely don't want to depend on the torpedoes in a life or death situation, and especially in the Italian cruisers because they're very long range and they're very slow. They're actually great for torpedoing people who just sit in smoke screens, like right about now. Even then, hitting that Kutuzov with 2 torpedoes, he was giving me broadside almost the entire time. He's still not dead, so it's just like, man, the whole time I played this ship, I was like, why am I not getting anything done here? I feel like I'm just tickling these things. Another thing that is going to suck about this ship is it is tier 6, and tier 7 is going to be brutal. With the introduction of EOP with the USN light cruisers, things like smaller guns aren't really much of a problem for other lines, but in this line, especially for the high explosive, you're going to shatter basically everything on battleships, and your fire chance is only 10%. And that's if you spec it out for with Luigi using the second skill slot for the fire. I am using the same build in terms of basically everything. Like I said, I'm using Luigi, but I'm just not using the subtle manipulations skill. And if you'll also notice, we also have sonar in place of a smoke screen, and that's okay, I guess. I think the smoke screen, I don't really know. I don't know if I can say that the smoke screen is needed or not, because it just feels like these ships are meh at best with or without them, to be honest. I mean, even with the Zara, the guns struggle a lot anyways to do consistent damage. So if you're in a smoke screen, it's like you only get, I think the smoke screen's only 1minute and 15 for the Zara. So combine that with the 15-second reload, it's like you're only getting, 5, 6, 7 volleys off before you're having to relocate, and it's like, golly. So I mean, I'll get to the Zara in a little bit. I actually thought I had a video saved, and I do not, so I'll have to play that again and get some more videos on the Zara for you guys. My opinion on that is okay-ish. But back to the Abruzzi. Don't want to say that too bad. Anyways, I kind of just picked this game because it was difficult to get a game fully through, like, to where I found that the ship was just performing. So this was basically a game where I was able to just farm battleships the entire time and see what the guns could do. And I gotta say, it was just like, I don't think this ship is strong enough to be at tier 6. So when you're up tiered at tier 7, you feel so woefully underpowered. It's almost a joke. And honestly, I also picked this game because of how pathetic Bismarck is. I mean, this really isn't even his fault. It's the dispersion on the Bismarck is literally trolling this guy for about a minute and a half. So I'm shooting the AP here. It's decent, you know. If this was any other ship, like I should be getting punished hard, but I was like, you know what? Let's just see what this ship can do. I want to get the guns firing. I want to see what they can do, and it's just not. We're just me and this Bismarck are just not doing anything to each other really. I'm technically winning this little showdown, but again, man, the whole time I was playing this ship, and honestly, the more and more I play the Italian ships, the Italian cruisers, it's just like, why am I playing this? This is boring. They aren't very good, and a lot of that's because they do not have the sap ammunition like they do on PC, and they don't have the rolling smoke. So essentially, we just have, you know, these kind of ships don't belong if they're not finished, if they're not, you know, ready to be released, and they're just being thrown into the water with some, you know, some poor gimmicks just so we can put them out there. Then it's not going to be a good time. They're not ready. These are not. I refuse to believe that these are the Italian ships that we deserve. So I have a feeling whenever they do get their unique skills or whatever, if they ever come, it's going to be frustrating because it's like, well, we're going to have to go ahead and play these things again because these ships could be completely tuned completely different if they ever get their unique skills. So again, I'm just shooting a broadside Bismarck with these guns, trying to get something going, and it is just not happening. I am, you know, I'm alive, but that's mainly because of how bad Bismarck is, not the player. I think I do like this ship more than the Zara. The biggest thing with the Zara is the reload just kills it. So with this ship's reload, you can kind of get away with a little bit more, but to be honest, it feels like it belongs in tier 5. And here's a clip here where we get to see what I was talking about and the reason why I didn't go with the subtle manipulation skill, because I feel like you're going to need this penetration with these guns anyways. And this is a pretty ideal spot for the guns to shine here. Broadsiding Chapayev is very lightly armored, and we're actually getting some really good penetrations. We're actually overpinning a little bit there, as 2 shells overpinned. But we're getting citadels, so we can't complain. Combine this with the reload, we're doing pretty good against this guy. And then the rest of this game, I was like, alright, that's a great start. Like, I like this. First blood, got a couple citadels, the guns are doing good at that. But again, you don't have a smoke screen, so getting in close like that is going to be, you know, kind of... Well, I'll say this. You do have amazing concealment. You have, with concealment mod and Mikawa, I have 8.8 kilometer detection, which is really good for a cruiser. The only problem is like, once you get that close to somebody, what are you going to do to them? I just feel like the offense on this ship is severely lacking, and even if you are in some of the best situations, it's just like, man, this ship is not excelling at anything. And that's kind of just my overall opinion on the Italian cruisers as a whole, is they are okay at a lot of things and they're not good at anything. Good as in they don't beat out other ships for certain things. I mean, I think the only thing this ship has going for it is the concealment. But again, it's like, why does that matter if, you know, your offense is terrible? Like, how are you going to be able to take advantage? Your concealment helps you get into spots where you can take advantage of people's position, but you also need to have offense to actually take advantage of that. Shooting AP at this Odin here, I know the AP can be pretty good, so I'm just trying to see, like, at what range did this AP really start falling off. And you'll see we're actually getting some decent salvos here, especially you combine that with the rate of fire. It's not terrible, but half of them are super, useless. We're getting shatters, we're missing. So it's just like, and that was a surprising one there. That was a pretty good shot, like about 3K there. But it's just like, in terms of consistency, it's like these guns are just not there. And that's for the Zara as well. Even with the Zara, with its 203mm guns, with the subtle manipulation perk, I still overpin everything. And if you choose that perk, then you're going to be doing, or choose that skill, you're going to be doing less damage towards battleships. And even then, you'll start to shatter. So it's like you're going to overpin cruisers. You can shatter against battleships. It's like, why am I even using this perk? I've actually found some of the best ways to play the Zara is without the perk, because, if you overpin, that's fine, but if I was going to overpin anyways with that skill, then, it's fine anyways, and you can get some pretty scary broadsides with the Zara using punch through instead of the quote-unquote SAP skill. So, anyways, just back to this ship, because this is a premium, and since I've been wanting to be able to do this for a long time, be able to give my actual opinions on ships once I play them, because this is a premium ship. You will have to pay for it if you do want it. So I'm going to try my best to give my absolute honest opinion. And I just, man, when I think of these ships and when I think of playing them and what, I'm just like, oh, I can see where they could be good, but in practice they are just so incredibly boring to play. The guns just, they aren't consistent enough to be like, oh man, like this is how you play this ship, because it's just like, what am I supposed to do here? The AP is bad at this angle. The HE is not going to pin that Scharnhorst. The fire chance is garbage, so we're not going to be able to get any reliable fires there. And these are against tier 6 ships. I mean, tier 7 cruisers are going to laugh at you, and without a smoke screen, it's like, how am I supposed to play this ship? Like, it's got good concealment, but it doesn't have good armor, so you can't really stick your nose into places with that good concealment. You're not going to be able to take advantage of people because the guns are decent at best. I think this ship would be really good actually at tier 5, but at tier 6 it's just incredibly meh. It is just, I don't know. I guess if you guys wanted to hear me say a definitive answer, I would not invest in this ship as a premium. It is just, the line isn't finished. The line does not have its unique characteristics, and it should not be, the ships weren't ready. So I'm gonna stick to that. They weren't ready to come out, and I would encourage you to, possibly hold off if you were looking at this ship or thinking about it. But in terms of gameplay, I have nothing really beyond good to say about it, other than its concealment's good. But again, concealment means nothing if you can't do anything about the ships in front of you. So we got bored here, sitting at 59, 60k damage or so. And I was like, all right, well, let's just see like what this thing can do. Like, I want to get up close. I want to see how the AP can punch against the battleship's broadside up close. So it's pretty decent up close, but again, we're taking a lot of damage in return. So this kind of maneuver is, last-ditch effort, not advisable for sure. And yeah, this video is actually about to come to a close. So guys, this was the tier 6 Abruzzi, and I have got to say, I would not invest in this ship. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this little gameplay of this new ship, and I will catch you guys on the next one, and have a good one. Peace.